And I thought, man, I could do this better. I can build a better mousetrap. And I think I can ultimately treat people differently. I've learned some things in the big corporation as well as in a small corporation. So we took the leap. My wife and I, she had quit her job about 9 months earlier after we had had our first kid because we had decided she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, much like we were raised in both of our families. And I decided to just quit my job cold turkey. So we went from a double income, no kid family to a one kid, no income family, literally within that year's time frame. So we did, we got that garage story. We got that garage story that started out of a garage, much like many founders. And I started selling chicken breading and boxes and shortening out of my garage. And, you know, we did it all out of there. It was just going out and hustling and finding accounts, delivering, purchasing, selling, running the books, small bootstrap company that's never taken any private equity, and proud to not have to have done that. I mean, we went back to the bank for loans every year, but that was because of accounts receivable, inventory growing. Our sales have grown every year in our 24 years in business, and we're fortunate to have that residual business model. So that's kind of the ground roots there of how we got started. And people ask me today, would you go back and do it all over again? I can't imagine starting it today, but at the same time, I would encourage somebody that has all the fire and ambition and actually support and invest in some different people that do that today. And I just love that entrepreneurial spirit and drive, and that type of mentality and work ethic and drive can get you through a lot of obstacles when you have that can-do attitude. So
Yeah, and it's interesting, Shawn, you brought up something else that I hear all the time. I hear people that cut grass and people that start something out of a garage. In fact, just last week I had an interview with someone. I mean, they're part of their story is started it out of a garage, and so fascinating how we have such common themes along the way. I think one of the things that would be really helpful here is, because I know where we're going with the way the company developed, is talk a little bit about, because y'all at some point went from a licensing model and then you went to more of a franchise, and I don't think I fully understood, because you brought up in the book the Chester's chicken, and then I know that now y'all's brand that you have is the Champs, but you were talking about that, and I've seen these in grocery stores and things like that, but I guess I always kind of assumed, and I study business models. I mean, I'm a guy that loves to study business models. I don't know that I fully understood the way that licensing versus franchising and versus when a company just fully owns a product, how that works. Talk a little about that and just compare the differences between them so that we have a general understanding.
yeah, I'll try to give you the 40,000-foot view without getting into the weeds, because the franchising and licensing can get complicated from a legal perspective. So from a very high level, we had built Champs into a brand that we, in 2014, let me go back to 99 to 14, it was a license program. In other words, you just sign a very simple 2-3 page license agreement. You agree to certain things. You're going to buy these products, and we're going to allow you to use the name. As we got stronger, our vision has always been that we want to bring a quick service restaurant or fast casual type program into supermarket and convenience stores and give them a program that is the same quality that somebody could go out to a QSR or fast casual. As we did that, our brand just kept getting stronger and stronger. And to build strong brands, you ultimately need more franchisor control. So that means control in who you put in the brand, as well as just control about how they operate it. And not that I'm a control freak. In fact, I looked at a lot of franchises and didn't go the franchise route because of the restrictions that are placed upon the franchisees by the franchisor. The reason I say that is I think that makes me a very empathetic franchisor, because I'm empathetic to the entrepreneurial drive of all of our franchisees and the fact that they're independent business people, but also understand that to build a strong brand, you need to have systems and processes and controls as you scale this thing across the country or across the world, whatever it might be. So the big reason for shifting from license to franchise is that we did have more control and we wanted to accelerate the brand and grow that brand into a brand that could ultimately stand on its own, which we're just getting ready to roll out this year, some standalone options for Champs Chicken and Blue Taco. So the vision for me and what we found out was we wanted to create multiple paths for our retail operators to have and not be stuck with one particular brand. That enables us as a company to not necessarily just have one thing to offer. And we actually interview, instead of sell, we interview our franchisees or licensees to put them in the right path for their commitment level, their store.